you sick of looking at Netflix and you don't know what to watch?
So many movies out there, you don't know which ones are good, which ones were bad.
You curious about what's out there?
I'm Joey Powers.
I'm Don Trettler.
This is the best pictures.
The ones you don't want to miss.
Hit it.
Say hello to my little friend.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
Winners go home and prom queen.
English, motherfucker, do you speak it?
Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
I don't deserve this. Deserves got nothing to do with it. No sequel for you.
Hi, and welcome to another edition of the Best Pictures. I'm one of your hosts, Joey Powers.
Hey, and I'm Don Trettler. Welcome to the show.
2 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
We're back.
This is pretty good.
Yeah.
Now, this is a show where we talk about movies. So sometimes we get blathering on, and that's okay. Hopefully you're entertained by it, and you wish you were part of the conversation with us.
Exactly.
That's why we started this show, because what would happen is we'd get together, we'd talk about movies, and go on, and we thought, hey, maybe other people would be interested in this.
Yeah, and we basically, essentially, were like, we just did a show. But we just weren't recording, so.
Now, you were talking about on the way in, you said you saw a couple of movies.
I did. You had asked me last week, and I wasn't really focused, so I didn't think about it, but you'd asked me about any movies that I'd seen for the first time since we did our last show. And three came to the top of my mind. They all happened to be DC movies. The Flash, which I wasn't anticipating liking. I actually liked it a lot more than I expected. It's a little long, I think, but it was really good. It gets a 6.7. I personally thought that was a little low. I liked it a little better than that.
Yeah. Well, now, what's the guy that's in it? I can
Ezra Miller?
Ezra Miller, right.
And,
didn't he get arrested in
Yeah,
Vermont?
that's why I was against watching it because of all the controversy and stuff, but I was like, I was bored. It's on HBO Max for free or whatever, so I watched it and I enjoyed it. I also watched the first Wonder Woman. I like that.
And you hadn't seen it before?
Nope. And I like that. I like the Flash probably a little better, surprisingly. I didn't think I would.
I wasn't as high on the Wonder Woman movie as everybody else was.
It made a ton of money, though. It made a lot of money. And the last one was the first Aquaman. I hadn't seen that either.
Oh, I haven't either. Don't bother.
I probably won't even watch the second one. It's just that it wasn't for me. I don't know.
Yeah.
The highlight of the movie is Johnny Depp's ex-wife, whatever her name is. But other than that,
Amber Heard,
yeah. Other than that, I didn't really care. I don't really like Jason Momoa anyway.
No.
I saw him in Game of Thrones, and I don't know. I don't think he's a very good actor personally. But I don't know. I just didn't like it for whatever reason. So the latest box office weekend, second week in a row, Kung Fu Panda 4 and Dune Part 2 finished 1-2. Very competitive. Kung Fu Panda 4 won again, 30.1 million. Dune Part 2 is 28.5. Arthur the King, I believe that's the new Mark Wahlberg movie.
Yeah.
Was third at 7.6. And then Imaginary and Cabrini round out the top five with 5.6 and 2.8 respectively. I have no interest in seeing the last three. Actually, I'll see Dune 2, Part 4, or Part 2. I won't see any of the other four of the top five.
Yeah.
I have no interest in any of those. I haven't seen any of the Kung Fu Pandas. So
What's the new one rated? Are people liking it? Are people digging that? They must be digging the movie, right? If it's making money.
Yes.
Because if it wasn't, people would have gone home, word of mouth, and said, that movie stinks, don't bother with it.
Here, let me get
Right?
that.
All the parents
Yeah, I don't know.
of the kids and stuff like that. I don't think I've seen any of them. I know Jack Black voices the Kung Fu Panda.
It's a 6.5.
So that's watchable.
Yeah, but it's only been out 2 weeks, so
That's not, so 6.5 is not good for a movie that's just opened.
not really.
No.
Because they always go down, always. So
So it's going to sink
yeah,
like a stone. I'm trying to think of what I've seen. I was just saying that I saw an old John Travolta movie from the early 80s called Blowout. You were aware of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's Brian De Palma. And I think it's Nancy Allen, who at the time was a really popular actress. She was in a lot of stuff. You don't see her much anymore, which is unfortunate.
I want to. Is Eric Bogosian in that?
No, Dennis France.
Okay.
and John Lithgow was an early
Okay.
John Lithgow, which I don't remember John Lithgow really taking off until Garp
Oh, really?
with Robin Williams.
Yeah, World
That-
According to Garp.
Yeah, well, because he had this prime part. He was like this. Did you see Garp? Do you have any awareness of Garp?
I saw it a very, very long time. I don't
I
have
read the book.
much
See, I read the book
recollection.
first, and then I saw the movie. And it's a character. They got John Lithgow because he's a pretty tall, big guy, and he's like an ex-football player that wants to get a sex change. So he's trans. And that was so. I mean, you think about this as like an actor. That was probably like a plum part for a guy. He's like, oh my god, and it probably made him because I bet he might have even gotten nominated for Academy Award for supporting actor that year.
He might have.
I would guess.
I'll check it out right now. Blowout gets a 7.4.
Yeah, it was good.
That's pretty good. I mean,
But it was dated. I got to be honest with you. When I first saw it, I think I was impressed. I was saying this to you. I was impressed by John Travolta because he had come from television. He did Grease. I mean, but I was impressed, and he is a good actor. He's done several movies that I liked.
okay, so he was nominated for the World According to Garp. Back-to-back years. What was the other movie he was nominated for?
John Lithgow.
I wouldn't have got this, but
Would I know?
Yeah. Once I
No. What's it called?
Once I saw
Tender Mercies. No. What's the name of that movie with Deborah Winger?
Yeah, you know what it is. Yeah, it's Terms of Endearment.
Terms of
I
Endearment.
wouldn't have thought of that, but now that I think about it, I forgot. Isn't he having an affair with Deborah Winger?
Right.
And she's married, I think, to Jeff Daniels.
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't seen that movie in a really long time.
I'll tell you, that's one I would hesitate because I got to be honest, it brought a tear to my eye. I remember
Yeah.
that. I remember there were a few movies that really moved me, and that one did.
That had a great cast.
Yeah,
Really, really top-notch cast.
yeah, definitely.
But yeah, no, I haven't seen that. I've seen it once, and that was back when I worked at the video store like 20 plus years ago.
Yeah.
But I remember it was sad, and I do remember liking it though.
That's the thing. I'm getting to the age, like, my father used to watch movies over again. And I'd be like, well, how can you do that? It's like, once I see a movie, I'm done. I've seen it. But now I'm getting older, my memory goes, and I forget. Of course, like Blowout. I mean, what was that? That was like 40 years ago.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, you're bound to kind of forget I knew the details. I kind of remembered the rough outline of the story, but I wanted to see it again. What else have I seen? I started to watch this movie called Knight of Cups. I wanted to look at, I don't want to look it up because I was telling you, I
Right.
don't like to,
You want to watch it first and then see if you
Then-
agree with.
right.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I like that. That's a
I
good
think
idea.
I was drawn to it because it stars Christian Bale. And I like Christian Bale. I'll watch anything
Yeah, I like
Christian
Christian
Bale's
Bale.
in. It's really interesting movie. I didn't get to watch the whole thing because I was busy. I ended up doing other stuff last night. But it's the second time I sat down to try to watch that movie, and I was like, wow, this is an unusual movie. This is not, it takes concentration. Let's put it that way. And I'm going to go back to it. So I'm interested enough that I will go back to it a third time to try to watch that
What are
movie.
you watching it on?
Tubi.
Tubi.
It's on Tubi, yeah, for free.
I might check that out.
Which, unfortunately, usually the commercials on Tubi don't bother me. But this movie, I don't think it's rated particularly highly, if I remember right. But it's really interesting, and I was really this is one where the commercials bother me. It interrupts the flow of
Oh yeah.
this movie, because I think it's something different. What else have I seen? I'm trying to think what else I've seen. Oh, Barbie.
Oh yeah, you just watched Barbie.
Yeah, I got Barbie out of the library here because word of mouth is really good on Barbie. Almost everybody that's seen it. I haven't heard anybody really pan it. And I thought it was okay, but I think part of that had to do with the build-up. That everybody was talking about how wonderful it was. Basically what happens is she's in Barbie land with Ken, and or the Kens, because there's a bunch of different Kens of, different hair color and racial type. Same with Barbies. There's all kinds of Barbies and Barbie friends and things like that. Anyway, so there's Barbie land, and Barbie starts acting weird. She's got some weird stuff going on, and what they find out is, whoever the kid is, she goes to see the weird Barbie, which is pretty fun. It's like the Barbie that somebody like chopped up and colored on and stuff. So anyway, But Weird Barbie says, no, you got to go back. You got to go find the kid that's playing with you and try to fix this. And so she has to go back to the real world. She goes back to the real world with Ken, or Ken actually follows her. She was going to go by herself because Barbie's brave. It's got some interesting things. For instance, they talk about how Barbie's created, right? How basically before Barbie, all the dolls the kids played with were baby dolls. And when they created Barbie, it was supposed to be like a liberation. Like now you can do, as a woman, you can do anything. So little girls could do anything with their Barbie. They could make them astronauts. They could make them, presidents. They could do whatever they wanted. So anyway, so they come back to the real world. Ken follows her. Ken realizes that in the real world, it's not Barbies aren't special, but men are special in the real world. So he gets all enlightened, and then he goes back to Barbie land and he recruits all the other Kens, and they have like a man cave. So anyway, there were some interesting elements to the movie, but by the end I kind of got it a little convoluted, and I was like, so I got a little lost. But I could have been tired too. I was going to go back and watch it again, but I brought it in case you wanted to see it.
Like I said, I have it on Max, so I'll just check it out on Max. But did you check out and see what it's rated?
No, I think it's rated pretty highly. You want me to guess?
Yeah.
7.5.
6.9.
6.9.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Still good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's well above the Mendoza line.
Yeah, I thought people really seemed to like the movie, and that it was interesting. So I may go back and watch it again.
I think the one thing a lot of people were really disappointed in was that she wasn't nominated for Best Actress. Because she was nominated for a Golden Globe and a Screen Actors Guild. And for whatever reason, the Oscars just...
She's been nominated before, right? Wasn't she nominated for...
Tanya, I think.
Was she?
For playing Tanya Hardin, I want to
Was
say.
she?
I think she was.
I didn't even know that was her. Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't remember that part. I was thinking she was nominated for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. But she had a very small role in that.
She wasn't. And surprisingly, she wasn't nominated for The Wolf of Wall Street either.
Yeah.
That kind of surprised me, because that was definitely by far her big breakout role.
She's good. She's talented.
Yeah, no, she's a very good actress. Oh, she's been nominated for 3 Oscars.
Yeah, I was going to say.
So maybe she was nominated for more than I.
So you're going to look up what the other ones are?
I am. Because she was only nominated for I, Tanya for lead actress. I mean, she didn't produce her.
Right.
Right.
I guess I forgot she was in that. Isn't that weird? Maybe I really wasn't aware of Margot Robbie at the time.
Oh, she was a producer on Barbie.
Oh.
So it got nominated for Best Picture, so she was nominated for that. And then, Bombshell. Supporting actress in Bombshell and lead actress in I, Tanya.
I didn't see that yet. That's a movie I will see.
I forgot all about that movie. That's got a really good cast.
Yeah.
I completely forgot about that.
That'll draw me in. It's just I never had the opportunity to see it.
I mean, Charlize Theron, Nicole Kidman, and Margot Robbie. 6.8.
Yeah, that's worth seeing just for the actresses.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So one of the things I wanted to bring up with you, because I thought this was interesting. I went back and I looked at the Best Pictures, the actual Best Picture Oscars, and what movies won. And you can rearrange on IMDb. You can rearrange it by rating. So.
Oh really?
So which movie got rated the highest, which Best Picture. So it was The Godfather.
Yeah,
Godfather's 9.2.
Godfather and Godfather Part 2 are probably 1 and 2, right?
Pretty close, yeah.
And then probably Schindler's List.
I didn't look because right now I have it up by chronologically. Because I was thinking, I mean, ideally I'd like to see all the Best Pictures, right? And I'm
even
sure
Wings.
That's coming up here.
I mean, that's tough. I don't know if I can make it through Wings.
This year was Oppenheimer, right?
Yeah.
So I did see that. I got to see that in the theater. Last year was Everything Everywhere All at Once, which if you follow the show, I've tried 3 times to watch that movie. It boggles my mind. It's one of those multi-dimensional things, and I have a hard time with the multi-dimensional thing. Before that was Coda. As a child of a deaf adult, Ruby is the only hearing person in her deaf family.
Now, have you seen that?
No, but I want to.
Because
I don't think it's at the library, and if it were, I would get to see it.
I did not see it. They do have Parasite, though. which
You do.
you have seen, correct?
I did, and I wasn't as high on that as everybody else was.
You're going to see more than me because I can't sit through subtitles.
Right.
You know, so Parasite subtitled, Coda obviously I'm assuming is subtitled, and
Must
so
be.
is Everything Everywhere All at Once.
You got to practice.
You
set
know,
your,
it's
set
like-
your television to it because I do that. I got in the habit. I used to. My girlfriend was from Europe, so English wasn't her primary language, right? Or her. So anyway, so we got in the habit of watching everything with subtitles, and it's so helpful because even on a movie like it could be a John Wayne movie or something, it doesn't matter. There are things you can't hear, you know. So it puts it up there on the screen, so I can kind of like go back and forth. I can read, I can hear. So I don't know. I watch a lot of subtitles.
I just don't have the attention. I don't know. I lose focus too quick, and I'm like, wait, what just happened? I end up rewinding it, and I'm like, this.
The only thing at home is I can't really watch subtitles while I'm eating, because I get
Oh,
like I
yeah.
have to keep looking at the food, so
Yeah.
I got to like concentrate on the screen.
Yeah,
But-
no, I get that.
Nomadland.
Haven't seen that. I want to see that.
That's with what's her name?
Frances McDormand.
A woman in her 60s, after losing everything in the Great Recession, embarks on a journey through the American West, living as a van-dwelling modern-day nomad. Sounds interesting.
I like Frances McDormand a lot, so I would watch that.
That got a 7.3. Parasite, 8.5.
I remember Parasite was really high.
That's one I'll watch again in my lifetime because I wasn't that impressed with it.
8.5 is high.
And I've gone
That's
back
really
and
high.
watched some of what's his name?
What's that rated on IMDb Top 100?
8.5.
No, but like it should say the number that it's rated.
Oh, 93.
Yeah, that's high. That's really high.
Yeah, so it's this is Bong Joon-ho, and I know you subtitles. I've gone back and watched some Bong Joon-ho movies, and I don't know. Maybe I don't jibe with him, with his directing. Before that was Green Book, rated 8.2.
What did you think? You saw that? Didn't you see that in the theater?
I think I saw it at home. I think it was solid. You know what I mean? Like a solid, middle of the road movie. I don't think it was wonderful and blew my mind or anything, but I really liked the two actors, the two lead actors.
Yeah, two very good actors.
To drive that. Viggo Mortensen is, again, that's another actor. I'll watch anything with Viggo Mortensen. Marshala Ali,
Yeah.
who I like him too. I'll watch almost anything he's in. The Shape of Water, I told you when that
I
came
remember
out.
that. Another one I won't see because it's subtitled, but I want to because it sounds like a movie I'd be really interested in.
It'd be cool.
I just wanted to go back real quick. Was Green Book was kind of an upset, wasn't it?
It
Like,
was. I don't think people expected
I don't
that.
think they did either at all. I think you're going to find a few more on there within the last 10 or
The
15.
Shape of Water might have been an upset.
Probably, yeah, because that was same year as Three Billboards. And
Yeah.
I think that was the favorite.
Moonlight. Moonlight might have been the same year as Three Billboards.
I like Moonlight.
Did you?
Yeah, I did. I like Moonlight. It was
Oh.
different, but I liked it. What does that get?
7.4.
That's pretty low for a Best Picture.
Yeah. Well, speaking of that, I started to go through this list year by year. And when you get back, right, I realized that IMDb has kind of a bias. Basically, IMDb is people sending in their ratings on movies.
Right.
Supposedly the general public that we all do it. Though I think some of the studios sometimes pad them a little bit.
Yeah. I buy into that.
But there's a bias. I mean, if you look at the highest rated movies, and like we said, it's Shawshank Redemption, Godfather, we
Yeah.
could probably,
Godfather 2, yeah.
Dark Knight Rising, stuff
Schindler's
like
List,
that,
stuff
right?
like that, yeah.
It's really high. But if you look at the Best Picture list, right, basically nothing before The Godfather is really rated very highly. It's not really rated high on the list. So there's a real bias toward newer movies. Older movies are kind of rated pretty low. So I went back and I looked. Now, these are all the best pictures. And when I got to the end, like you mentioned Wings. Okay, Wings is an exception here, okay? 7.5,
That's pretty high.
cool.
Yeah.
But the next one, Sunrise, 1927, 8.1, another solid.
Yeah.
But here, number 3, Broadway Melody, 5.6, which falls below, Joey and I call
Yeah.
it the Mendoza line,
And
of
it won
6.
Best Picture. Wow, that's crazy.
And so we've determined anything below 6
Is not worth
not
watching.
even watchable.
No.
Then All Quiet on the West Front, let's see. 1931, Cimarron, 5.8.
Yeah.
That's your best picture.
Yeah, no,
and it
that's
falls
low.
below.
That's low. That's really low.
Then Grand Hotel, 1933, Cavalcade, 5.8.
I haven't even heard of some of these movies.
That's
crazy.
Yeah.
I seriously, I haven't heard of some of these movies.
Most of these other ones are pretty good though. Here's one you I would say you might have seen. It Happened One Night. Clark Gable, Claudette Colbert, 8.1.
Yeah,
And that's
good.
That's a
good
classic
movie
film.
though.
The next year after that, Mutiny on the Bounty, 7.6. Again, Clark Gable.
I haven't seen that. But I haven't seen a lot of the older ones either, though. I mean, I think the oldest Best Picture winner I've ever seen might be Midnight Cowboy.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know if I've seen anything earlier than that I can think of.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you've got a lot back there.
Oh, yeah. No, I can't think of a movie before Midnight Cowboy that won Best Picture that I've seen.
So do you feel like in general, if something wins Best Picture, do you feel like that's like a movie you want to see, like it's worthy? You'd be like, wow, that's going to be a good movie.
I guess it depends on the topic. Like I said, a lot of it, if it's subtitled, no, I don't care. I'm not going to watch it, you know. But
and we've talked about some
like I'll tell you, like for a perfect example, The English Patient.
yeah.
How did that win Best Picture over Fargo? You know, I mean, I'll never watch that movie. That just looks so boring and long and just.
I might go back to it because you know what? I saw it and I can't remember it. So that says that tells you, you know, that it's probably not.
I guarantee Fargo's rated higher than The English Patient is.
Oh yeah, I guarantee.
Yeah,
'Cause
guarantee.
English Patient 7.4. That's still a pretty high rating.
That's high. That's definitely high, but I bet you Fargo's higher.
Oh yeah.
But
How many times have you seen Fargo?
a lot.
Several.
A
Right.
lot, yeah.
Me too. I mean, it's
Fargo, it's 8.1. So,
Yeah.
and I would consider that probably a little low for that movie. You know, I mean, if Green Book's, I haven't seen Green Book, but if Green Book's 8.2, would you rate Fargo higher than that?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. I mean, I think Fargo's a little more. There's something more creative
It's
about
just
it.
fun.
There's more fun. The performances are,
You know?
you know. But like I said, I like the movie, and it's an okay movie.
So we only have a couple minutes left. I do want to ask you a question. I think we should have another episode on this, by the way, because there's plenty more to talk about. What is your favorite Best Picture winner?
My favorite, well, maybe The Godfather. I really like. I'm a Godfather guy. I like to bring it out every year or so and watch it again. It's a movie that can be watched over and over again,
absolutely.
which I think is an amazing. It's amazing to me.
It is. And part two also I think is excellent. I'm really big on One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Yeah.
You know, I really, really like that movie. I think that's 8.5 or something like that. That gets pretty high.
Did I forward you on Facebook? Somebody posted a story about it, that Jack Nicholson didn't like, who had directed a few movies by then, didn't like what Milos Forman
How he
had
was,
as a vision. So he had influenced kind of changing some of the stuff. And when I read it, I was like, holy guacamole. I did not realize this. And I wondered if you had.
No, I didn't. I mean, that was like right after Chinatown. So I think he was really like starting to get to be like the big wig in Hollywood, you know? So, I mean, he probably had some pretty good pull by then, because Chinatown is, I think most people consider that the best screenplay like ever. You know, I mean, and that didn't win Best Picture. I think that only won just screenplay.
That's one I should go back and watch.
That's
again.
really highly rated on IMDb.
And I've seen it a few times, but I haven't seen it in several years. But did Jack Nicholson? He must have won that year too.
He didn't. I believe he was nominated, but I think his first Oscar was One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. And then he won for Terms of Endearment, and then he won for As Good as It Gets.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure he was nominated for Chinatown. But yeah, I think it only won just the screenplay, and that was it. So
8.7. So
Chinatown?
No, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
yeah, no, that's really high. Like
Yeah, Chinatown. If that Chinatown was before that, it would have had to go against The Godfather Part 2.
Yeah,
Or The Sting, 1973.
it was one of those years. It was like
Yeah.
right before One Flew Over the Cuckoo's
The
Nest.
Sting is one that people don't regard as a real strong winner.
What's that get rated?
8.3.
I saw it when I was a kid, and it wasn't very memorable to me. I didn't really like. I liked Butch Cassidy and a Sundance Kid much better than that.
Yeah, I thought it was cool. I don't know, maybe 8.3. I mean,
That's pretty high.
Newman and Redford. I mean, it's just and
The guy from Jaws.
Robert Shaw.
Yeah.
That's kind of a fun movie. So I know we got to wrap it up here. So
Yeah, I think we should do part 2 of this next week, possibly.
All right.
I don't think I'm working next Wednesday, so we can probably do next Wednesday.
yeah, maybe
if
you
that
could
works.
check this out and see what spurs your thing. I was just kind of blown away that there were Best Pictures under the Mendoza line.
Yeah, that's surprising. But I mean, I wonder how many people, how many votes actually, how many people have seen movies that old?
That's another way you can
know?
you can go back and you can arrange it by votes too.
Yeah, that's what
so
I.
you can see
that's
some of
what I
those
was
old
wondering.
movies did not get a lot of votes.
So I get that. Well, this has been our episode of the Best Pictures this week. I'm one of your hosts, Joey Powers.
I'm Don Tretler, and these are the ones you don't want to miss.
Gentlemen, you can't fight in here. This is the war room.
Here's Johnny. Go ahead. Make my day.
Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.